What's up guys, Roman from RNS Entertainment here with another episode of Comic History, the series where we go over the iconic origins and storylines for all sorts of comic characters and series. In this video we're going to be talking about the origin of Colossus, aka Piotr Rasputin, a member of the X-Men with the ability to coat his entire body with metal. Colossus's origin occurs in X-Men Origins Colossus number 1 and is part of an entire origin series I'm doing on the X-Men, so be on the lookout for more X-Men videos soon. Piotr Rasputin was a young boy who lived with his family in Siberian Russia on a small farm. One day, Piotr's older brother leaves home to join the Russian military and tells him that he's always watching over him. 3 months later, Piotr sees what looks like his brother returning, but instead finds his brother's old friend from the military bringing the news of his death. Piotr runs away in tears, eventually falling to his knees and hitting the ground repeatedly, until on the last strike his mutant ability manifests and his skin becomes metal as he blows a huge crater into the ground. His brother's friend Vazin finds him in the snow and sees his metal skin, bringing him back to his family, though Piotr harbors anger and resentment towards him for living in the place of his brother. Vazin keeps Piotr's secret when he reports back to his superiors, though the other agents with him reported that there were strange occurrences, including a crater in the ground where Piotr was found. The government puts surveillance on both Piotr's family with an undercover agent, and also a follow put on Vazin, who investigates mutant powers in the database and finds news articles about the X-Men in America. 1 year later, Piotr's younger sister Ilyana Rasputin, who would later go on to become the X-Men member Magic, is born, and Piotr tells her that he will always watch over her, calling her his little snowflake. Over the years, Piotr's life stays simple, working on his family farm while never knowing that one of the employees is a deep-cover Soviet agent who has spent 4 years waiting to uncover the secret. Vazin further investigates the X-Men and eventually gets in contact with Professor Xavier, who brings his mind to the astral plane to discuss Colossus. He tells Xavier that he promised Piotr's brother that he would look after his family, and that though the American reaction to mutants has been fear and revulsion, that Russia only sought power and would weaponize Colossus if he were ever discovered. 2 years later, Ilyana urges her brother to be shiny, and he goes into the barn, showing off his mutant power by lifting an entire tractor to his sister's amusement and wonder. Dubenko, the agent assigned to investigate Colossus, sees this and immediately reports it, with Vazin finding that Piotr has been entered into the database as a mutant right before being arrested for treason. Under the cover of darkness, the government sends in an entire attack force, including helicopters and tactical squads, to neutralize the family and capture Colossus. Piotr tells his sister that everything is okay and that he'll be back to tuck her in a second, turning into metal and punching through a wall of the house, ambushing the soldiers and shrugging off their bullets, easily taking out the soldiers and throwing one through the side of the house, jumping out to the side of an attack helicopter, which he leaps up to before smashing it out of the sky with both hands. Colossus grabs the last man standing, who turns out to be the man who had worked on his family's farm for the past 4 years, and Dubenko tells him that the Russian government will never stop going after him, and that they will hurt his loved ones to make him work for them. At that moment, Vazin shows up and knocks Dubenko out, telling Piotr that the Russian government's business with his family is over, and that none of the men involved would remember this fight. Xavier used his mental powers to facilitate all of this, and also put Vazin in a position of power to make sure it doesn't happen again. Months later, Piotr has been in a sullen and angry state, quiet and withdrawn, and while he and his father are speaking, a tractor barrels towards Ilyana, with Piotr charging into its way and saving his sister. He then hears the voice of Charles Xavier in his head, and after being told that he could help make a better world for mutants, including his potentially mutant sister, decides to leave his small life at home and try to make the world a better place. The book ends with Colossus being inducted into the X-Men. It's a simple origin, but works very well for the character. I actually do like Colossus a lot. There's room in comics for a simple guy who just wants to take care of his sister and do good things. So, what did you think about the origin of Colossus? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Check out some of the other episodes of Comic History, and you can follow me on Twitter at Roman_RNS. Make sure to support the channel by checking out my Patreon and donating at patreon.com/RNS Entertainment. Like and follow us on Facebook, and subscribe to my gaming channel.